fucking Karl Marx, mate. Don't get me started on fucking Karl Marx. Karl Marx, right, he was a fucking racist. A down and out fucking racist. You should hear some of the shit he said about black folks, mate. Yeah, fuck the cunt. Listen, I'm telling you, right, this is the thing with us British folks, right, is we go on, right, like before some fucking geezer come along, nobody in the fucking world has shared anything, right? It's like this idea of communism or whatever you want to fucking call it again, it's been purely invented by fucking white fellas, fucking Europeans. I just don't understand, mate. It's like, what the fuck was the rest of the world doing then? Do you know what I mean? It's like, this Marx fella, right, Karl Marx, whatever the fuck, he come along, and then all of a sudden he introduced this thing called sharing, right, sharing. Now, I tell you what, mate, from what I've understood, and from what I've I've read a little something, right, and from what it says, you know who had it right, mate? Those natives, mate, the Native Americans, mate, those Africans, mate, they knew something. Yeah, they fucking knew something. Now, you see me, right, if I'm gonna be anything, right, I'm gonna be an egalitarian, mate, an fucking-tarian, right? Proper fucking diamonds, those boys. That's what the native Indians were, mate, right? And when you see, like, when these Europeans went over there, mate, they couldn't believe their fucking tits. They were like, fuck me, everyone has a tidy little gaff. Some fucking land to grow a nosebag on. And I'll tell you another thing, mate. All the birds was equal. None of this, I'm a fucking geezer, I'm gonna fucking run the place bollocks. None of that. Everyone was involved in the town and the city. It was just something else, mate. And what did we go and do? Fucking Europeans. We went and fucked it all up. And I'll tell you another thing as well, mate, seeing as we're on this subject, right? You know what I found out the other day? You know, we go on, like, the first people to be slaves were black folks and all that. Nah, mate, you know what? These fucking white cunts, they enslaved their own lot first. Can you fucking get your bollocks around that, mate? Like, imagine that. We, the working class folk, geezers like me and John over there, we was the first ones to fucking fill their dirty little chains, mate. Yeah, I'll tell you what, right, I'll give you an example, right, even when us lot, we was, like, you know, I don't know, mate, like, imagine 1500s, right, say the 1500s, we was all here. And I tell you what, the class divide, mate, the class divide was horrendous. It was horrible, mate. It was like the Queen's tits. Like, you just used to get a load of people that had all the fucking money and a load of people that had no fucking money. And then what they used to do is all the geezers that had no money used to have to go on a ship, right, put you in a fucking chain and take you over to the fucking Americas where that dirty little cunt Columbus make out he discovered, which is a load of bollocks and all, because he never even fucking went there, right? And they made us go and work. The difference was, mate, is we never got it as bad, right, as what the African fellas got it, because you see us, mate, we was allowed to leave after, like, I don't know, 6 to 8 years. They called it indentured fucking servitude. That's a big fucking word, mate. It took me 2 weeks. Don't ask how the fuck I remember it. Right? Too much to fucking booze to that. But yeah, like, we went over there and we was helping them. And then you know what they did, mate? Listen to this. This blew my fucking bollocks off. Listen to this. We was actually, geezers like me and you, we was working alongside the Africans, mate. Because we was servants, they was slaves. Like, them poor boys, they got it hard, mate. They got hard. But that's another fucking story, like why they got it hard. We'll come to that later on. Here, John, I'll have another one. Cheers. So we went over there, right? And then we started to get on with them. So what they had to do, mate, by the 1700s, get this, right? By the 1700s, they had to almost really fucking create this idea of racism. Because it didn't really fucking exist before, mate. Like, we was all mates, we was pals, we was having the little knees up together. We were doing the whole nine. And now all of a sudden, they said, right, because you're white and you've got blue eyes and you've got blonde hair, you're better than the geezer over there. And from that point, mate, we were like, yeah, maybe we are. Because the problem was them fucking slave cunts, them masters, they didn't want us, right, to fucking get on. Because we were rebelling, mate. We weren't having it. Yeah, we were fucking standing up for it. We're like, fuck you cunt. I ain't gonna do your dirty little fucking work. Get another mug to do it, you fucking rich cunt. That's what we was like, mate, proper. And that's why they created this idea of racism. Right, you remember that geezer Steve, right? Me and him the other day, we was having a little chinwag, right? And he turned around and he said he saw something on the National Geographic channel, whatever. And he was trying to tell me that what he saw was claiming that the ancient Egyptians looked fucking Arabic, right? And I said to him, mate, you're having a fucking laugh, mate. You're having a proper little tin and bath, you right? You haven't got a fucking Scooby what you are talking about. You watch that fucking nonsense, right? Where, like, I ain't gonna lie, mate, I think they tell fibs on those television shows, mate. I wouldn't trust them with my fucking missus and a dildo, mate, right? That is the God's honest, right? I tell you this, the ancient Egyptians, mate, they was blacker than any geezer alive today, right? You take a lump of charcoal, that's your ancient Egyptian right there. And I tell you why, right? Don't shut up, I tell you why and how I know this. Or you can shut up and all you cunt, alright? I'll fucking have you afterwards. I tell you, it's like hey, listen, right, there was this geezer, right, called Shikanta Diop, right. This fella, he was a diamond of a bloke, mate, proper little treasure, salt of the earth, and he come along and he did a little skin cell sample, mate. He did a test on 300 mummies from ancient Egypt in those days there, right, and what he found, mate, tell you this did me right up. That all those fucking ancient Egyptians had more melanin, right, you know, the shit that makes your fucking skin colour, right, like gives you a bit of a tan, like that stuff. They had more melanin than any geezer alive today. Yeah. Any melanin, mate. And he took it to the fucking Kairos symposiums, right, he took it there, and they were all like, fuck me, this geezer's right. He's right and all. And then you know what, mate, listen, right, then he went up and he said, wait, fellas, right, now that I've got this, right, let me into the Cairo Museum where I will be able to do some more skin cells on like Tutankhamun and the rest of them fellas, right, those boys, right, we know the ones we learnt in fucking school, right, and guess what those cunts said? Sorry, mate, you can't come in.